Do you know what? This is what hype looks like on Nairobi Security Exchange. And I'm shouting the word hype because currently it's happening, and KQ is just the perfect example. What has triggered the hype? Today I checked KQ shares. I saw even a buyer willing to buy at 6.98 when I did this video. But if you check at the price, it has moved. It is at its 52 weeks high of around 7 bob. And I'm sure iko kwa hiyo spirit ya kaede. Most likely even next week, it will hit even 10 bob because there is that hype in the market. What triggered this hype? And by the way, for those people who have bought my ebook, they know hype is one of the mistakes that beginners make when it comes to investing in Nairobi Security Exchange. Unfortunately, I hope experienced investors are not making that mistake that beginners make by following the hype that, like what is happening currently in Nairobi Security Exchange. So, what triggered the hype? There are three things. The major one that triggered the hype is Didinyoro buying the 10 million shares. You know, people have that mentality, smart money, because Didinyoro is one of the smart investors that we have in Kenya. People have that belief smart money has already entered KQ, and there's something that Nyoro know that I don't know, him being a smart investor. So you follow the headline. Then the other thing is Alice Nganga buying the shares. Maybe that one didn't affect so much, but them being together and they are politicians and we don't know what kind of information they have, they contributed to that. And then the government looking for a strategic investor. But this one, I wouldn't say that it caused the hype because this one was announced by Buddy back in February 2026. We would have seen the hype then. So mostly the hype is because of these two politicians, and especially Didinyoro. So, and that one has made KQ to jump within 10 days to with 36%. That is quite high, and it's a share that reported loss on the other day. In fact, less than a month ago, they had reported a loss of 17.1 billion. So, no fundamentals driving this. The narrative that is driving the price are two. Politicians are buying, or smart investors are buying, and they must be having some inside confidence. A new unawafuata. The second thing is that big investor who is coming. But who is really winning in this game of the hype? The early buyers, they bought the share at 4 bob, 5 bob, 3 bob, 2 bob, even Didinyoro, I think he bought it at 4.77. After the hype, the price has moved to 6, 7, most likely even next week it will hit 8, 9, 10. And who is selling into that excitement? The early buyers. And that's where the retail investors like you and me, who follow the hype, which is one of the common mistakes that people make, they become the exit liquidity. Unatumika tu vibaya. Wewe unafuata hype, unanunua, you buy when the price is already high, people have already made their money, and then they exit the market. You become the exit liquidity. Because right now, KQ share is being driven by news, headlines, and maybe that future expectation of a strategic investor, but not that earnings have improved or balance sheet is healthy. In fact, their shareholders' equity, or they have a negative shareholders' equity because they have massive accumulated losses. Why would somebody invest in that? Not that they have reported any dividend potential. Everything in them is in red. So people are just thinking, if Didinyoro bought, why should I not buy? Didinyoro bought Kenya Power at 1 point something or 2 bob, and he has been making headlines about that. So even this one, you expect it to go the same direction. But not forgetting him, he has his own investing strategy. Maybe he can tolerate a huge downside. or maybe he want to hold them for a long term. And his entry price, as I've said, it was 4.77. It's already lower than most of you who are buying now. In fact, if you look at the buyer side and the seller side, the buyer side iko na watu wengi, so the demand is even more high than the supply. So the price might continue going up. And his strategy is not your strategy. Why are you following the hype? Anyway, all the best for the ones who are buying. What I can tell you, before you buy, ask yourself these two questions. First one, am I buying the business or the headline? Second one, would I buy this if no one mentioned about Didi Nyoro? Thank you.